One of the biggest rewards of being a travel expert is the generous vacation opportunities that we're privileged to have. Traveling is a lifestyle in my household and it shows. And that is, for instance, from Africa to the Caribbean, from the Caribbean to Europe, from Europe to Asia, and now in the Americas. It seems like being a travel expert and a travel enthusiast helps me to always spot fellow travelers on social media posting their vacation pictures from far off places. Such a great inspiration, especially as it continuously expands my travel list. So when I speak with my travel clients about their vacation experience, I truly want to know more than the two-way question, like how was your trip, or how was your vacation, or what was the favorite really part? That's what everyone asks, right? I want to know details. I want to know the obstacles, especially the things you did not post on social media. What I'm really wanting to know is, should I go there too? Before we continue, if you're new here, welcome. I am your wellness and lifestyle travel expert at Thia's Travel Services. My name is Cynthia, but everyone calls me Thia, and so can you. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe, but thank you if you already did. Turning on your notification bell helps you to always get notified whenever we drop new videos. So don't miss that. If you remember, a few months ago, I made a video called The Gift of Life Adventure. Give your children the gift of travel. That was a part one. Today, we will be doing the part two. In this video, my son Tate will be answering questions about his trip to the United Kingdom. Just a reminder, the reason I gave him the gift of travel was for him to be able to go back to the home he knew as a child, find his childhood friends, and of course family, and see how he feels reconnecting with them after so many years. I am so excited to share his experiences without me or his older sibling with you. So without further ado, sit down, relax, turn on the volume, and let's listen to my young man talking.
What surprised me the most during my trip was the amount of people on the airplane. I didn't expect a lot of people to be on the airplane. The Copenhagen flight, from Copenhagen to London, it was still packed, and it was just I didn't expect a lot of people to be traveling a lot. I thought I was gonna be like a loner, like a few people would be traveling, and yeah, I was pretty surprised. The biggest difference between living here in America and the UK, I would definitely say would be the culture. I would say the culture is very much different. And in the UK, the culture, I would say, is more united than here. Like it's like more of a melting pot. You get a little bit more of, alright, so the Jamaicans, the Gambians, the Congolese, the Nigerians, the Ghanaians, even the Caucasians, they're part of the culture as well, and it's just more culture and orientated and family orientated, in my opinion. No, there definitely wasn't a language barrier to communicate with other people with the countries I visited. It was very clear, very straightforward with the people I was communicating with. There was no difficulties at all. It was pretty easy, very easy going. For transportation, I got around most of the time with buses, but if I wanted to go to like places like Birmingham, London, Manchester, or like even Liverpool or Leicester, I would take the train, and it was very fun taking the train because even when you get into those cities, you still have to take the local trains as well, and it was just pretty fun, especially on the rainy days. Even though a lot of people don't like rainy days, but it was pretty fun for me on the rainy days taking the train. It's very I would say therapeutic to me. I think the most super touristic thing I've done was probably I visited Big Ben just to look at Big Ben. That was pretty much it. Even though it was very kind of cliche to do it, but it was a good experience to look at Big Ben. No, definitely not, because if I didn't see anything or skipped anything, I wouldn't have got to have the experience that I have now. So definitely not. Even if it was a bad thing, I still wouldn't have been able to enjoy the experience, the full experience of what I had. So definitely not. The best thing I ate was at my auntie Olu's house. My auntie Olu is Nigerian, and they cooked pounded yam with stew, which had turkey and some awedu, which was some green leaf, and you would mix it in with the stew, and it was pretty. Moi moi and akara. Moi moi is like a bean, kind of a bean dish, and so is akara, but it's more kind of like a breaded bean, and it's kind of something similar to calamati or uh, puff puff from Nigeria as well. What did I pack that came in very handy? Umbrella. Yeah, definitely my umbrella. It came in very big handy because when I went to London the first time, it was raining so hard, and just imagine if I didn't bring it, I would have been drenched the whole day, and that might have actually ruined my mood. And it takes a lot to ruin my mood, but that actually might have ruined my mood if I didn't have my umbrella, because I would have been drenched the whole day. Thanks to Mom for buying an umbrella for me. I wish I packed. I don't wish I packed anything more or less than what I brought. I felt like everything I brought was just perfect for the occasion. Even though sometimes I didn't wear as much as the clothes that I brought, but it was still just having the options to have there in my suitcase. It was very easy buying things because me personally, I'm familiar with the area. So, but even if you weren't familiar with the area, I think it would be pretty easy for you to navigate your way around where you were stationed. But for me, I was stationed in Northampton, so it was very easy for me to find common necessities for myself. Something that's very cultural norm in England. Say anything, honestly. I wouldn't say anything. Maybe it's because I'm so used to it. It seems like a normal thing for me to go there and experience, and just probably, yeah. You have to ask somebody who was first time going there, in my opinion, because I'm so used to it. I wish I knew if there were going to be any babies on the flight, because there was this one baby. The first flight when I was going from Chicago to Copenhagen, that baby was crying the whole flight. I've never known a baby to cry for 8 hours long on a flight and not be tired. It was stressing me, even me. I think it was stressing everybody else, so maybe they were immune to it, but definitely me. It was definitely stressing me. There was no really big frustrations in my trip. The only it wasn't really frustrations in my opinion. I mean, there was this one thing where I had pounds, but it wasn't the new pound that they had, so I had to go to the bank and I had to go ahead and change it for the new version of the pound. But it wasn't really a frustration. It was kind of I looked at it as a new experience to go see, like, oh, why did they change it, and why they don't accept the old British pound. It had to do with the coins, because I had £1 British. Yeah, I had one British pound. Not really one. I had I think I had 8 at the time, and I had to go exchange it at a bank in Northampton. At first, they were kind of reluctant because I didn't have a account with them, but once they heard my American accent, they were like, okay, he's on vacation, he's on holiday. We'll go ahead and exchange it for him. He didn't know, so it was very easy for me personally. Do your research on the currency and the currency exchange, I would say, definitely, and know how much money to bring and how much money to bring, definitely, because the currency is definitely a big difference. Yeah, it's definitely a big difference. I would say the most helpful service was definitely the Trainline app, because normally I would think like you would have to go to the train station to go pick up your ticket, but you could just look on your phone. You could download the Trainline app on your phone, and your ticket is just on your phone. And when you go to the train station, you just scan it and you're on your way. And yeah, definitely, that was probably the most convenient thing for me. Trainline app. My best advice that I would probably give somebody going there for the first time would definitely be going with an open mind, not being ignorant. because if you go in ignorant, you won't try to learn new things about the culture there, and you won't experience a new perspective in life, I would say. So going with an open mind. The most enjoying, relaxable part of my trip was, I would say, definitely going ahead and checking in my bags and my um, going to check in for the airplane and just waiting for my airplane to take off. Definitely, because I feel like that's the best place to just, all right, I've done everything. Now all I have to wait is for the airplane. And yeah, that was definitely for me. Say having my COVID test be negative was also very great for me also. I went to this museum in London. I'm trying to remember it's called the Tate Modern Art Gallery, and I took pictures, but I felt like you just had to be there to experience the art because it was very dimensional, I would say, and I just loved how every art piece kind of spoke to me, and I felt like you just had to be there to experience to understand the enjoyment. I would definitely go back to England. Yeah, I would try to make it a yearly thing for myself. Just me growing up there when I was younger and seeing old friends and old family there, just experiencing the culture that I felt so welcomed in when I was younger, that family culture, that what I'm so used to and what I've grown up in was definitely something that I want to go back and experience yearly. What I would want to do next time, I think I would like to go to a concert in London because there was this one concert, but it was gonna be there after I left, and it was a WizKid concert, and it sold out in 9 minutes. So I would definitely want to go to a concert in London, definitely, just to experience the positive energy around me and see how everybody reacts to the performer and the artist as they
You
perform.
enjoy the questions and his answers, and if you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Finally, just a reminder here, we have a Facebook group called The Bucket List by Thia's Travel Services. In this group, we share travel experiences. Plus, if you're a member of the group, you would also get special rewards and perks. So come join us. The link is in bio. And of course, let us know how you heard about the group when you do. And before you go, I need you to like this video and consider subscribing. That's if you have not already done so. For now, how is your soul doing? See you soon.